If Olives versus Benny is next, what's next for Dustin? Love seeing him fight, but sucks knowing he'll never be champ. For Dustin, you got to do Arman Tsarukyan. Or the McGregor quadrilogy will conveniently form itself at 170. Probably. But if Olives versus Benny is next, yeah, that does fuck over Dustin Poirier and his plans. So he'll have to fight Arman Tsarukyan, or maybe they'll offer RDA the fight if Poirier just wants a paycheck. But yeah, that does leave Poirier out to dry for at least until July. Unless he fights the winner of Gaethje Fiziev, which will still be around July. Thank you for the $5, dude. Thank you for the $2, Diamond Gurk. How you see the fight? Gaethje got some TEQ, but Fiziev is good. Okay, Harrington chatting again. Oh, you want a clip? I've got Fiziev beating Gaethje. Gaethje's worst weakness is body shots, and his best ability is his leg kicks. He's not going to leg kick Fiziev in no way. He'll be made to miss a bunch of times, and he's got a massive weakness to body shots, and Fiziev has the best body shots in the division. Thank you for the $10 again, by the way, Austin. You want me to see what Harrington said? Oh no. Da, 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 da. He hasn't mentioned anything. That's it. Thank you for the waste of time there. Anything here? I called him out for a boxing match. He tucked tail like a bitch because he knows I'd beat him like an old drum. In the same breath, called out True Geordie, who would literally kill the fat prick. Okay, I don't give a fuck about Mike Harrington. He's a bald, formerly homeless crackhead with nothing redeemable about him whatsoever, dude. I don't give a fuck. Thank you for the $2. Like, sorry, I literally don't give a fuck, dude. If I'm going into YouTube boxing, I'm fighting someone of some kind of worthy caliber, like True Geordie. But thank you for watching these clips, Mike Harrington. I really appreciate it. No amount of talking on Twitter will ever change the fact that you're literally like 5'8", a fat slob, and hideously fucking disgustingly ugly. Thank you very much. There's another thing for you to cry about on Twitter, dude. I'm not fighting your bum ass, dude. You ain't worth it in any way whatsoever. If I'm going to fight, I'm fighting True Geordie in the main event of a Misfits fight, where my channel's a bit bigger for a massive amount of money. I'm 24. I have my whole life ahead of me. Yours is basically over. But thank you for reading out questions to Bisping on his show, and Anthony Smith as well. You do a really good job. It's really, really impressive what you do day to day, dude. Thank you for reading out questions from fans to Michael Bisping. Really appreciate that, dude. Took you 60 years to achieve that level of qualification. Really appreciate you doing that, man. Don't know how they do it without you. Really, really necessary part of the world you are. Thank you, man. Thank you for the $5 Canadian, Paulo Costa. Jon Jones is definitely winning a decision. He should have lost Lamau. He should have lost. Yeah, he should have lost to Ngannou. But the Gane fight is approachable to him. At first, I was thinking, you know, maybe Gane could win it. But rewatching the Ngannou fight, it's like, dude, his legs were just together against the cage. And he wasn't, like, doing the correct things to defend. He wasn't getting underhooks. It was just like, I don't know, it just looked bad on him. So if Jones can get that opportunistic takedown and stay alive early on the feet, which I think he can, because Tuivasa can survive a round and not really get beaten up too much, and Jones has better footwork than him. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think he'll definitely capitalize on him at the end. Ciryl Gane has shit fight IQ. Guru, you remember he threw himself on bottom when he was on top of Francis for a heel hook? I know, dude. So that's why I worry about the Jones fight as well, because if Jones is on top of him, what mistake is he going to make? Giving up his back, trying to get up? I can definitely see that. You know? He beat Ngannou anyway. But, like, he shouldn't have had to have technically beat him. He should have cleanly beat him by winning the 5th round, clear. Thank you for the $10, Austin. I think Gane will be too fast and too big for Jon, but Jones is bulking up. I don't think Jon will have the strength to finish takedowns like Francis did, but Francis waited until the 3rd round where he was already kind of gassed. Jones won't wait until the 3rd round. He'll be doing it fresh in the early rounds. But Francis, I don't know, he might be working on some nasty wrestling with Henry. Definitely working on wrestling with Henry, yeah, for sure. That's what I'm worried about, dude. The more I think about the matchup, the more I think Jones will capitalize if he does get a takedown, which is risky on Gane because he kicks so much at range. You know what I mean? And he doesn't have the most power either to KO Jones on the feet. So I'm not sure, man. Thank you for the $10, dude. I appreciate you. And I also think we saw like a bigger version of Gane against Ngannou. Like, I think he'll actually trim down even a bit more for this fight with Jones. Thank you for the $10, dude. Thank you for the $2. $10, Nico doesn't know. Gane versus Jones answers a lot of questions. Who will Stipe fight next? Who will Pavlovich fight? And next, since most predicted Gane versus Pavlovich next. Quick impression of Gane stubbing his toe. Something like that, probably. Who will Stipe fight next? If Jones wins, he'll fight Jones. And that'll keep Jones around for another big matchup. If Jones loses, then Stipe will have to fight another contender. Probably Blades or Pavlovich. And yeah. It does set a lot of different stuff up in the division. You're right. Just that matchup being made sort of like shifts the rest of the division into place. Thank you for the $5, Alex Kaiser. What do you think they will cut Tony Ferguson? When do I think they'll cut Tony Ferguson? He's on a 5-fight losing streak. These new young guys are just too much for him. They won't cut him yet. I bet you anything, Alex Kaiser, they're going to do him versus Paddy Pimblett. That's what I guarantee you. They'll do him versus Paddy Pimblett. Next, the winner will get number 15 or 14 in the rankings of the lightweight division. They know he'll take that fight because he knows it's a massive occasion, a massive fight for him. So they'll wait until like June or May, whenever McGregor's coming back, probably June, and they'll make that Paddy Pimblett versus Tony Ferguson fight on the same card, most likely. So they won't cut Ferguson. If he loses to Pimblett, they still might not cut him, to be honest with you, because then it'll make Pimblett look bad. So, yeah. I like how people are trying to justify Francis fighting Ante Delija or Bader just because they hate the UFC. Yeah, I know, it's fucking pathetic. What I think is going to happen is he's going to start boxing. Is what I think is going to realistically happen. I don't know, the MMA organizations could pay him a crazy amount of money, but I think he could easily go like 5-0, build up some hype against absolute cans in the boxing world, and then get like a big name boxing fight or something. Thank you for the $5. Nico doesn't know. So the guy spamming Cheeto's daughter's jokes. I hope you find hair in your food next time you eat out. Yeah. It's not even that. It's just like there's a difference between making a funny joke that's a bit edgy now and again. But some people in chat have noticed that I'm a little bit edgy and then think that it's just okay to non-stop literally spam 20 times a stream about Cheeto Vera's daughter. Like, it's just not that funny. You know? Edginess is funny by surprise. When it randomly happens, you know what I mean? That's the funniest part. But when you're constantly doing it, it just becomes shit. Thank you for the $2, Dagestani inbred. The best and worst weight class in the UFC right now. Worst male weight class is the middleweight division, always has been. Alex Pereira made it to the top in fucking 4 fights and beat the champion. As a kickboxer, no one figured out how to out-wrestle him as MMA fighters with that much experience. They're a disgrace. So middleweight's the worst men's division, and strawweight's the worst females division. Lightweight, featherweight, bantamweight, best men's divisions. But we got 2 into the conversation. Anyway, see you later, guys. Thank you for watching. I've caught up on all the donos. Toodle pip. See you later. Goodbye. Go and check out my video on my channel. It's about Edwards versus Usman 3. Gaethje versus Fiziev, and Jones being called out by Stipe Miocic. Go check out the video on the channel right now. Members, go to the community tab. Full card picks coming tomorrow. Members go to the community tab. Non-members, go and check out the video on the channel right now, breaking down all of the recent information about this Edwards versus Usman 3, Gaethje versus Fiziev, Miocic calling out the Jones-Gane winner. Go check it out on the channel. Members, community tab. Non-members, check out the videos on the channel. Goodbye.